Okay, just wanted to address a couple of things here. First off, Reed, not your enemy. I'm not. However, I am not going to sit around and watch things that I disagree with happening without pointing it out. Okay? That's just how I am. If you haven't learned that yet, let me introduce you to that concept right now. If I see you pulling something wrong, I'm going to call you on it. And by all means, return the favor, because I do consider that a favor. The biggest problem that I keep seeing on your channel, on your videos, is people that are brought in, called friends, and then just as simple as one comment will get them turned into pariahs. They're just crucified after that, and it's really horrible to me to see how quickly it degenerates. It starts out with a simple misunderstanding or a simple difference of opinion, and it turns into character assassination that is quickly chimed in. Well, I'm not going to pick on the youth, but we all know who I'm talking about, and that's a sad thing. At their age, they should really be learning more about how to communicate, not learning about how if someone disagrees with them, the next logical step is to call them a pussy, or to denigrate them in any way, shape, or form. But that's what I see happening time and time again. I see a disagreement turning into a gang pile on somebody, not based on what they disagree on, but all of a sudden it becomes character attacks. And that's ridiculous. You know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. And your kids are smart enough to know it's ridiculous. But it still happens. And as I said before, all of this comes down to a lack of good communication. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. If you have a disagreement, or someone says something that you find a little shocking, unless it's outright blatantly an attempt to be venomous or to attack you personally, do you have no interest in trying to ascertain what exactly was behind what they said, their comment, their speech, whatever? Or is your first instinct to attack? And if it is, that's fine. I mean, that's a lot of people's first instinct. And if it's something you haven't managed to tame yet, that's also fine. The key is, do you reach a point when you've reacted in that way that you're able to come back to yourself, sit back, look at what's been said, and really think about what's been said? Does it ever come to a point when you wonder, could I have addressed that a little differently? Could I have tried to understand what was behind the words? Or did I just choose to take those words at the value I wanted them to mean, to give me an outlet for my anger and frustration? And I'm seeing a lot of that going on. A lot of not really stopping to take into account the person behind the comment, the feeling behind the words, and just going directly after that person as opposed to addressing what was said and why it was said. that's really all I gotta say, I guess. This is a fairly short one, but this is going to be a new channel for responses that I don't really want to have on my main channel. Communication, man. It's key. It's key. I disagree with a lot of my friends on a lot of things. The key is communication. If we can logically communicate to each other our ideas, whether or not we agree at the end of the day, at least we have made an effort to bridge that gap. And at the end of it, I understand a little bit better where they're coming from, and they understand a little bit better where I'm coming from, whether or not we meet in the middle. What I would like to see is a little more of that, and a lot less of outright attacks against somebody who says something right off the bat you disagree with. That's all. Oh, no, I take that back. There is one other thing. Stop turning everything around when someone disagrees to you being the victim. The only victim there is the lack of effort on either side to understand where the other's coming from. You're not the victim. The other person's not the victim. The victim is fucking communication. So unless you want to kill communication, which is a deadly thing to do, as I should hope you know, take things with a grain of salt. Take a deep breath. Lean back. Think about it. Then respond. Or if you must respond with the passion of the moment, which I can respect, at least have the willingness to come back later and reevaluate how you responded. And I know it's a bad thing in your world to apologize. But sometimes that's what men do when they fuck up. I'm not your enemy. I like to count myself as your friend, but I can't do that one-sided. Have a good day.